Joining me now is Natasha Lamb from investment advisor Arent Capital. It has filed resolutions at 9 tech companies asking that they commit to close the gender pay gap. Thank you so much for being with us, Natasha. Are you surprised that you actually had to file motions to force companies to come forward with those kind of disclosures? They wouldn't do it voluntarily?
Well, I think, it takes all angles to tackle this issue, and the investor angle is one. And as investors, we're looking for transparent data on this issue, and we're looking for accountability from these companies. And we filed these shareholder proposals because we want companies to be examining this issue closely and setting goals to close any gender pay gaps that they have.
Do you think companies perform better when they offer equal pay? Is it a better investment?
Absolutely. I mean, we looked at the technology industry, and this is the reason that we focused in on tech. We saw very clearly that they have a women problem, mainly in that there aren't many. And what we know is that gender diverse teams lead to more innovative, better performing companies on a host of different factors, including return on equity, profit margins, stock price performance. These are all things that investors care about quite a bit, and also on innovation. So companies with diverse teams are shown to have more radical innovation than other companies. And for technology companies, innovation's job one.
If that's the case, why wouldn't companies be leading the charge themselves? I mean, it seems that they're needing a push from many different fronts, as you say, to tackle this, and they're being public about it, but sometimes only when the spotlight is really shown on. Amazon, for example, is resisting your initiative to have to be transparent about this. Why aren't they on the leading edge of it?
Yeah, I think what we've seen are both proactive and defensive reactions to our proposals. Our hope, of course, is that all companies see our initiative from a partnership lens, and that we want them to be their best and be transparent and accountable to investors and also to their employees. But this has been a black box for a very long time, and it's hard to change the status quo.
It is, and I think any time you have a black box, there's a reason if people don't want things to be transparent. I think there's a reason that we may not like everything we see behind that. You've mentioned this, and you're targeting tech companies. Will you expand that and ask companies in other industries to do the same?
I think we will. This is an issue that spans across industries. I also think that, many other investors will step up and start engaging companies on this issue. So, going into the next proxy season, I expect you'll see gender pay equity as one of the top priorities of investors.
And I think it's important for all of us to remember that we also invest, and you can have a say in company policies thanks to efforts like yours. Natasha, thank you so much for joining us today. Natasha Lamb, I think it's fair to say an activist for change in the corporate world. Thank you so much. Keep us posted on your efforts.